Hi, thank you so much for being here. As you can tell by the title, this video is about my passport makeup. I had saw these videos when they were going viral, but it wasn't time for me to renew until just recently. So now that I have tried my makeup and I know that it's amazing on camera, I am making this video. So hopefully it helps. And if you do recreate this look, please, I would love to see. So tag me anywhere you can so I can see. First, I'm going to use the Hiiii brow gel. I typically start with my foundation, but for this look and this product, I want to try starting with my brows so that I don't get that kind of crusty look in my eyebrows. In that photo, in my passport photo, I actually have my eyebrows grown out. So it's actually working in my favor that I haven't touched up my eyebrows yet, but I probably will after I'm done recording this. Okay, then I'm gonna take the other end, the brush side of this, and just brush my eyebrows down. So I'm actually recording this video on New Year's Eve. I'm not a big New Year's resolution type of person, but if you are, please let me know what are your New Year's resolutions. For my foundation, I'm using the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Foundation, not the tint, but the foundation. I'm bringing in the New Year's, reading my book, but I just wanted to say to like, comment, and subscribe. I forgot to say that, so I'm saying it now. Like, comment, and subscribe. Okay, bye. I always go through phases where I kind of stop doing my skincare and then I start back up and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy I'm doing my skincare. And this is one of those moments where I'm like, okay, I'm really glad I've been doing my skincare. For the most part, I'm pretty consistent with it, but sometimes I just fall off. Like if I go through periods where I'm just so tired, I will literally just wash my face and go to sleep with like a dry face. No skincare, no moisturizer, and it's like, that's so bad. But I'm like, well, at least I washed my face, right? Got all the pollution off of it. If I wore makeup, got all the makeup off. Okay, so my foundation is on. For my photos, I did want more of a flawless finish. So I am gonna go back over the areas where I have some spots and just kind of really cover those. I wouldn't normally want this much coverage or care for it to be this flawless, but because it was for my passport photos that I'm gonna have for 10 years, I did wanna make sure it was a bit more flawless. For my second layer of foundation or just covering up spots, I do like to tap instead of swiping like I did initially, just to try and keep that coverage in place. Yeah, I think that's as good as it's gonna get. I'm gonna go back over everything with my sponge. Just because I do want a flawless finish doesn't mean that I want excess. So I am gonna keep this step. Next, I'm gonna go in with my concealer. Can anyone take a wild guess as to what concealer I'm using? Of course, my Hourglass. You know what I don't understand is this. What's the difference? Or am I just stuck in 2015? I don't know. There's a few things that are being done in makeup that I don't quite understand, like the whole this and this, and then just to like blend it out. And then it's kind of like, you know, I guess maybe it's because they don't want like as much product, but isn't it the same amount of product but in two different places? Sorry if I'm kind of moving, my tripod kind of slips, so I keep putting it back into place. I'm just going to blend this out. I love this concealer. It's full coverage, but it's not like cakey full coverage, which I love. One thing I do love about this look is that even though I do have on considerably more makeup than I normally would, it's still very natural and just very flattering. So I would definitely recommend going with more natural finish products so that you can kind of load it on and still have a really natural look. Next, I'm going in with my Juvia's Place cream blush. This is in the shade Blush Lily. I know you're like, what girl, you don't even have on any bronzer. And I don't. That's okay, stay with me, stay with me. And I'm just going to tap, tap, tap. This stuff is so pigmented, but still so easy to blend. I love it. I really want to try their blush light blushes. So they're kind of the exact same thing, but they have some kind of like shimmer in them. I think it's gold. I think they all have like gold shimmer in them. So I actually want this exact same shade, but with the gold shimmer. I think it would be super pretty. If you've tried their blush lights, please let me know what you thought of them and if I should pick some up. I'm gonna go back over with my sponge to just kind of blend out the edges. Okay, how freaking pretty is that? Next, of course, I'm gonna take my Hourglass Veil translucent powder to set my under eyes. You know what I've kind of been wanting to do is, do y'all remember when there was that like no mirror makeup challenge type of thing, like basically where people would do their makeup with no mirror? I feel like I've been doing my makeup for so long, I think I could do a pretty decent job at that challenge. I really kind of want to try that. And I feel like, I don't know, the kind of like playfulness in makeup is kind of like a little bit lost right now. I would love to kind of do something like that and just, you know, bring back that era of like having fun with your makeup. I really love that powder because although my under eye is set, you can still see a little bit of luminosity. I'm gonna layer that powder with my Pat McGrath translucent Earth's her light under eye setting powder. And I'm gonna use that on my puff again, just for some additional brightness. I will admit I was a little scared that, you know, this area of my face might be a little too bright in my photo. Oh my goodness. Coffee break. I am a coffee drinker. If you're a coffee drinker, let me know. What's your order? What do you love? I love a vanilla latte. Really, I love a mocha latte with cinnamon, but that one is vanilla. But anything with cinnamon, I love. Next, I'm gonna set my makeup with the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural in the shade Dark. I'm just going to set my face with this. After that, I'm using the Mineralized Skin Finish Natural in Dark Deepest. And bronzing. I was also kind of like, because this is my favorite hairstyle, I was wondering, should I wear my hair like this or should I put, you know, the two little kind of bang things, but I didn't want them to be like, you can't do that, because they're not real bangs, they're just little, I don't know, hair accessory kind of things. So I wasn't entirely sure. So yeah, I just went with my favorite hairstyle, and I'm so glad I did. My only regret with my hairstyle was not putting my bun back lower. So if you look at the photo, you can kind of see a little bit of my bun up here, and I really wish it was like how it is today, where I almost kind of look bald. I much prefer that. So if you are gonna wear your hair in a slick back, just keep that in mind, that you might potentially want your hair all the way back where you can't see. This is a Mineralized Skin Finish in Gold Deposit. where you can't see it at all when you're staring head on. Or if you do want it to be visible, then maybe put it like really high so it looks more intentional than mine did. So yeah. Okay, this is where we're at. You might, sorry, I have some peeling from my tretinoin, but ignore that. You might be thinking, this is a little crazy. Just wait, you're gonna get some. You're gonna get some. I am going to use MAC's Glow Play Blush in the shade Totally Synced. This is another thing that I'm really happy with how my photo came out, so I wouldn't say that I would do it differently, but I'll put my picture here somewhere so you can see what I'm talking about. But my blush, because it was so cool toned, it's what I'm doing today, it did read almost a little bit blue. So if you don't want that on camera, I got my photo done at Staples, by the way. So if you're getting your photo done at Staples and if you don't want that kind of like really cool tone, kind of showing up kind of blue look, I would definitely wear something a bit warmer. So I would suggest MAC's Dainty Blush. I will show it to you just for comparison to, this is Dainty, which is still that really pretty bubbly Barbie pink. And then this is Totally Synced. So they're both really pretty, but this one is a lot more cool. This one's, I guess how you would say, maybe a little bit more wearable and more neutral, leaning warm. So we'll show it probably more true pink on camera than this one did. I'm gonna add a little bit more. Next, I'm gonna take my powder puff again and just go over the edges of this to make sure that it is totally blended. And then for safe measure, just gonna go back over with my bronzer brush to make sure that everything is very blended and seamless. Okay, we're doing good. So far, so good. Of course, for my eyebrows, I kept it really simple. I'm just taking Kosas Black Brown brow gel and running this through my brows. I do remember that day I went back over it with a mascara, a black mascara, because I wanted to be sure that my eyebrows would show up in the photo, and they did. But I know eyebrows are super personal, so just do whatever you like to do for your brows. Next, I'm gonna take MAC's Black Track Pro Longwear Fluid Line eyeliner and put this in my waterline and lash line. Do y'all remember back in the day we used to just take the bottom of something and put our eyeliner on? Not to say that I'm like a professional makeup artist, but there's just signs that someone was around for the 2013, 14, 15 makeup era, and this is definitely one of them. This is one step that I would definitely recommend despite your makeup style. Like if you like supernatural makeup, I still wouldn't skip this step. I'm not someone that ever really wears liner in their waterline and everything, but I will say it made such a difference in the photo, and I think it's so sexy and so beautiful. Please, whatever you do, if you don't do anything else in this video, please put liner all around your eyes. Okay, so this is what we're looking like. It's definitely a bit more bold than my typical everyday makeup look, but that was the point. Next, I'm gonna be using my Kosas mascara and giving myself a nice chunky lash, of course. Okay, now that the lash is on, I'm remembering that I skipped a very important step. Of course, I used the pink shade in my Dior palette. Of course, I can't do anything without this. And I like to go over all of my blush. I don't just use it as a highlight. I guess I kind of use it more as like a blush topper. Okay, And then I remember I was like, I want my blush more pinky, more kind of like cool toned. So I went back over it with, of course, Patrick Ta's Just Enough. I took his cream side. Can you see what that's doing? To make it a little more cool toned and to kind of add that natural sheen back into my face. Yep, this was it. I put this on and I was like, period. This is the most cool tone blush ever. Got my photo back. Cheeks were blue, but I don't mind. But if you don't want that look, definitely go with a warmer tone blush. This is just what I did for my photos. And then of course, going back with my bronzer brush, just to make sure I still have, you know, everything on my face. Next is, of course, one of my favorite parts. I'm using my two favorite Makeup Forever lip liners in Versatile Chestnut and Endless Cacao. This needs to be sharpened. I always like to go in with Endless Cacao first, just because it's very cool toned and it kind of allows me to contour my lips and kind of give them the shape that I want. So that's enough of that. And then Versatile Chestnut. Okay. For my lip gloss, I'm going to use 026 from Dior. This shade is so perfect and it goes literally with everyone. It's really kind of one of those My Lips But Better shades. And then of course we need a very pinky gloss. So I'm going to be using the one from Give Beauty. This is the shade Candy. How pretty is that? And I'm going to go over this Dior shade. I always like to put a warmer shade down on my lips first before I go in with a cool tone one, just so my lips still have life. I like to have, you know, lively lips. I don't want my lips to look gray and kind of like frostbitten in a way. That's not my preference. So that's why I do it like this instead of just going straight in with this one. I'm gonna put just a little bit more of that. And yeah. Next, I'm going to use my two favorite sprays, my MAC Fix Plus first, and then my Milk Hydro Grip. Okay, my face is mostly dry, so this is how we're looking. And this was my passport makeup. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you got something from this video, and if you decide to give this look a try for your passport or license photos, please tag me so I can see how gorgeous you look. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.